Hi guys, Olive here. Here today to do a Tipsy book discussion. I know some of you had requested I do some more alcohol-involved content after I did my vodka-laced Back to Moscow review. Today I thought it was appropriate to talk to you after I've had several glasses of this about DNF-ing. If you're not on the up and up in the book world, that means did not finish, didn't want to finish, hated, did not like. I felt compelled to talk about this at this juncture because the first two books that I read in 2017, I DNF'd. And to make it even more unfortunate, these were books that I was buddy reading with booktubers that I love and respect and have been wanting to do buddy reads with for a really long time. Awesome! Those books were The Monsters of Templeton and Moscow in the 1930s. I will give specifics about why I didn't like those books in my wrap-up, hopefully when I'm sober. But I wanted to talk more in general about DNFing. I don't do it all the time, but I still do it. It seems like everyone here in BookTube has a different policy with it. Should you DNF? Is it better to DNF if you're not enjoying a book? If you DNF it, should you rate it? So to ease the suffering I faced with DNFing these two books, I thought I would talk to you with some wine about my policies when it comes to DNFing. If we're talking generally about my policy when it comes to DNFing, I feel like this pretty much sums it up. I feel like if you're not enjoying a book, you should not continue reading it. I don't even have a particular page count that I feel like I need to get to before I realize it is just sucking my time away from me. Sometimes I'll make it 3/4 of the way through from pure tenacity, and then I'll skim the rest and realize, yep, I made the right decision. But sometimes I don't even make it that far. Sometimes it's less than 100 pages in and I'm realizing this is really not for me. Typically what I'll do in those cases is skim ahead in the book and try to get an idea if it changes. If it doesn't seem like it's gonna change, then I feel I know what that book is about. I try to take other people's recommendations into account. If they tell you, hey, the first however many pages are really slow, but the rest of it is great, then I will try to heed their advice and push through however many pages it takes to get to the good content. But if I'm flipping ahead and I'm seeing, wow, this is more of the same, why would I waste my time with it? It's done. I know some of y'all are very responsible and you want to finish every book that you start. I don't know if it's just because I am slightly older than the average booktuber. I'm not old, I'm just older than you. I don't have time for that. Not even being alive that long. I realize that your time is short. And if you feel anger in your heart about a book you're reading, then it's not entertainment anymore. And that's what books at their very core are supposed to be. And then there's the continuation of the same conversation of, if you don't finish a book, are you allowed to rate it? It is my opinion that if you have a general idea about what that book is all about, meaning you may not have read every single word on every page in great detail, but you have skimmed parts, you kind of know what the book offers, then I feel like you're able to grant a rating. I rate DNFs if I'm not planning on going back to them. If I only read 10 pages and I'm like, yeah, I know this isn't for me, then I won't rate it. But if in my mind, I know what that book is offering, I'm gonna rate it. If I don't finish it for reasons other than not liking it, like I've lost momentum, or I know it's not the right time for me to read that, I won't give it a rating because at a certain point, I'm gonna go back and read it through and rate it after I do at that time. I will say 99.9% of the time where I skim ahead in a book that I am contemplating DNFing and see what happens, spoil it for myself, I am always met with the realization that I made the right choice, that that book is a pile of garbage that I shouldn't have kept going with. This is a community about books. We all love books here, but we all have to have a very solemn realization that not every book is going to be worth your time. Some of them you're going to think are trash. Other people might love those same books, but for you, it's not going to be worth your time. I at certain points have felt judged because I've given ratings to books that I have not completed the whole way through. But in my mind, if we're talking about page count, it all evens out because there are plenty of books that I read during the year that I get 100+ pages into and put down because it's not the right time for me to read those. And those don't get a rating at all from me. I'm not trying to cheat the Goodreads goal that I set for myself. It all evens out. We're all cool here. If you don't want to continue reading a book that you're not enjoying and you want to move on to something that you are enjoying, then bravo to you. I salute you. This is not the first time that I have felt here within the bookish community. This is something that people take extremely seriously. People take their reading so seriously. They take themselves so seriously. They have these rigid rules, which if you want to have those, more power to you. But I really don't want to institute some community-wide rule where those of us who want to piece the fuck out on books that we hate, that we feel pressured to finish those, that we feel that we can't rate those because we didn't finish them. My opinion on this issue is my opinion on a lot of issues. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, but don't be a hater. As I have said in previous videos and will say for the life of my channel, reading is a very personal thing. You get to be the dictator of what you want your reading life to be. If something counts, if something doesn't count. If in your world it does not feel right to give a rating to a book that you did not finish, then don't do that. But that doesn't mean that your rules apply to everyone. I feel like when you reach a certain point in your life and you realize that you're not going to have all the time in the world to read everything you want to read, you're going to want to fill your life with the books that are speaking to you, with the books that are satisfying you, with the books that are making you have a good time. Don't let the pressures from anybody else, don't let yourself psych yourself into believing that you have to finish every single book you start if that is not truly what you personally want to do. I do get sad sometimes seeing my fellow book lovers feel bogged down by these pressures that they are putting on themselves. I know how easy it is to put pressure on yourself. Trust me, I do it too. But you are your own master. You can decide for yourself, if I'm not liking this book, I'm going to put it down. And since I gave it a fair chance and I know what it's all about, I'm going to assign it a rating, and who cares what anybody says about it. You are capable of doing that. I am capable of doing that, and that is exactly what I do. You can have endless apologies if you do something that hurts somebody else, but your reading life is yours. It affects no one but you. No apologies needed. So those were my lubricated feelings on DNF-ing books. I of course want to hear from you in the comment section below. Are you someone who DNFs? Are you someone who doesn't like to DNF? If you're DNF-ing, do you rate? Do you not rate? These are things that I am interested in because this is just my standpoint and you could have a completely different one. So the comment section below is a good way to chat with me. I also have several different social media profiles. All of them are linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.